Hi, everybody. It's Dave Kogan along with John Creighton from Jim 5 Sports, and it's the Friday edition of Proline. We're going to take a look at one of tonight's interleague matchups, and it's going to be the first time these teams have met since 1918 in the World Series. And the Red Sox won. The Cubs taking on the Red Sox. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's tell you about what's happening tonight and over the weekend. In fact, Jim has a terrific $3 offer for this weekend, John.
Yes, he does. Starting today with interleague play, you want the entire weekend, 3 full days of interleague plays from Jim Feist's executive service plays, just $3, 3 days worth of plays for $3 by calling Jim's office at 1-866-841-1655.
Okay, here's the details on what I have. First off, the free pick phone, toll-free number, game on tape every day. They're doing pretty well right now. 1-888-712-6800. That's 1-888-712-6800. You can also get those free plays sent directly to your cell phone on a text message. Real easy. All you have to do is text Koken, C-O-K-I-N. You can see the name right on the screen right now, to 313131. And within seconds, you'll get back that day's free play on a text message. Nothing could be easier. That's Koken to 313131. Now, for Friday, today, I have a special, and you'll need to call by 4 o'clock on this. It's the rest of May for $10. There's 12 days left of the month. You get them all for $10. All my action plays right down the line. That's works out to about 82 or 83 cents, something like that, per day. Phenomenal. Take advantage of it. And because it's a good time of year to be betting baseball. Lots of good games. The interleague stuff is here, which is kind of the most fun for the fans. Take advantage of this at 1-866-841-1665. That's 1-866-841-1665. Just $10 for the rest of May baseball. Okay, let's look at the Cubs and Red Sox. Doug Davis on the mound for the Cubs. John Lester on the mound for the Red Sox. It's a matchup of left-handers, John.
Yeah, and at first you'd look at how the Red Sox have been so hot this week, 3 straight one-run games, a lot of things are clicking. But I wouldn't take the Cubs lightly. I wouldn't say that the Red Sox are going to roll in this series. It's a Cubs team that's had a good week. They won 2 games in Florida as a big dog. You look at their offense. They actually have talent on this offense. They're second in batting average. They're very good at getting on base, 6th in on-base percentage. They're a 500 road team. Not great, but not embarrassing either. The one thing about it, though, is similar to the Red Sox. They're 17th in runs scored. So just like the Red Sox, they do get guys on base. They have talent, but haven't been great at driving them in. A guy like Doug Davis, you look at him, you see a lefty, he's a soft thrower, and you think a guy like that going to Fenway Park would be at a big disadvantage. Well, in his only start this year, he has a very good ERA, and I look back at his track record against the Red Sox, and surprisingly, it was pretty good. A 3-2 record, 3.79 ERA. The thing about Davis is he has had trouble in the past, particularly in the National League, with walking batters, and that's something that you can't do against Boston. And yet, in his career against the Red Sox, he hasn't walked anybody. 40 innings pitched, just 12 walks. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him do pretty well because the Red Sox have this heavy lefty lineup. They haven't been dominant against lefties. And then you got John Lester on the hill, who has a 2.24 ERA at Fenway, and plus with the weather being kind of cold and clammy, this might not be the offensive shootout that we might expect at first at Fenway.
Yeah, I kind of like that take myself, John. I think this has a chance to be a low-scoring game, 8.5 total, and that's a pretty big total when John Lester's involved. He's capable of shutting any team down. Doesn't matter who it is. He hasn't been as sharp, in my opinion, this year as we've seen in the past from Lester, but I think that's just a matter of time before he really finds his groove. Doug Davis is interesting. Davis's problem is he's not durable. He's had illness problems, and he seems to wear down. But he's really pretty fresh at this point. Had a couple of short rehab starts down in the Gulf Coast, won at AAA, and then came up and pitched very well last weekend, a losing effort, but he pitched a good ball game. That was a low-scoring game, and I suspect we're going to see the same thing here. The weather shouldn't have an impact on it. Looks like a little bit of a cross breeze, not much, and so you're going to have to earn your home runs tonight. And for Davis, the idea is keep the ball down, and as you said, don't walk people. That can be his undoing. If he puts people on base, Not that the Red Sox have been very good at hitting with runners on base this year, but nevertheless, they're playing a lot better baseball right now, so I think that may be something that we don't have to sweat as much moving forward. I think Lester can handle the Cubs. They're certainly a capable offense, but they're not, well, let's just say that they haven't exactly been clutch. By the way, a little kudos to the Cubs for two good games. Monday and Tuesday, they played two of the worst games back-to-back you will ever see a team play. I mean, they were absolutely embarrassing in the games at Cincinnati to start the week. Better down in Florida. Two nice wins down there. They come with a little momentum. And certainly they can hit, but I think this is a big total, and I think the pitchers have a chance to control the hitters. So I'm going to go with the under as well. A reminder, just $10 to get the rest of the month. $10, and you are in for the rest of the month on all my action plays. So make sure and sign up now. 12 days for $10. You're really not going to beat that. The number to call, 1-866-841-1665. Hope to hear from you and get you started with some great plays today. John, once again, let everybody know what Jim is doing. It's 3 days for $3. How are you going to beat that?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of stats on the Red Sox Cubs. For those of you thinking going against the Red Sox this game, their last 30 interleague games at home when they faced a team with a losing record in interleague play, 25-5 record at Fenway. And the Cubs, their last 10 interleague road games are 8-10 under the total. So that's the way I'm looking at this one, probably a lower scoring game. Jim Feist, if you call his office today on Friday, he has a special for the interleague play, 3 days worth of plays for $3, 3 days of his executive service plays. You can call right now and get those plays at 1-866-841-1655.
And don't forget to join us on Saturday morning for the weekend edition of Proline. We will be looking at one of the NBA playoff games. We're going to do the Dallas, Oklahoma City, Game 3. We're going to take a look at that game on the weekend edition of Proline, so be sure and call back for that. Let me correct that, John. I think we should be looking at the Miami-Chicago game, which goes on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
That's right. It's on Sunday. Right. Wishful thinking, the Miami-Boston series.
Yeah. The Oak City-Dallas, we're not looking at. We're looking at the Miami-Chicago Game 3 matchup, which goes on Sunday. So make sure and check back in tomorrow for the weekend edition of Proline. Until that time, I'm Dave Kogan for John Creighton and for Jim Feist. We'll see you later.